Là, j'ai peur que comme j'ai pas validé la deuxième enquête, est-ce que ça va me remettre un peu avant la première? Je sais pas. Bon, de toute façon, si c'est ça, je vais faire vite fait le truc. Allez, c'est parti. Ah non, c'est bon, l'énigme du train. Bon, ben, pour ce soir, on est parti pour l'énigme du train, Fantôme, ce qui est la deuxième enquête sur 6, il me semble, dans ce jeu. C'est parti.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes.
Hmm.
As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks,
Peut-être.
bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee
Salut
lover?
Tsumi,
Do you
comment tu
mean
vas?
that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me.
Ça
I'm
va,
Dr.
Tsumi.
Watson.
C'est
We
super.
met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We are about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need? Help? Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That is the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson,
C'est sympa.
tea will not be
Il me dit qu'il
necessary.
est gros, quoi.
Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Donc ça, c'est la première enquête. Enquête. Ah, c'est le journal par rapport à la première enquête. A été appréhendé par le courageux inspecteur Lestrade. D'accord. En fait, c'est nous, mais bon. Est-ce qu'il y a le petit toutou? Il est là, le toutou. Coucou.
Look after Mrs. Hudson for us, Toby.
Il y a toujours la femme. Ouais, toujours. C'est ça, et cette fois-ci, je vais vraiment tout fouiller.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We should be late for the train.
2 minutes, j'explore. La
My
fameuse
analysis
table
table.
d'analyse.
It is useful for my work. My archive. My archive. I can always consult with it if My archive. I can always consult with it. Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
Une semaine plus tard. Cette fois-ci, on va essayer de tout explorer, de tout fouiller, de faire une rotation sur l'objet, faire attention si on peut l'ouvrir.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
C'est un jeu d'aura ou quoi?
It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
C'est ça. La déduction, je pense qu'il n'y en a pas. Ça, c'est trop tôt.
Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our
C'est
investigation.
ça, ouais, c'est un peu les Baskerville. Après, ces enquêtes-là, je sais pas si c'est un rapport à des livres de Sherlock Holmes. Faut dire que j'en ai lu pas beaucoup. J'ai dû lire les Baskerville et un autre dont je m'en souviens pas.
First of all, let us examine the area where the train disappeared.
Mais c'est vrai que Sherlock Holmes, je connais pas tant que ça en fait. Ça doit être par là.
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train.
Une bouteille vite. Ok.
A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train. There are no tracks or footprints on the ground. The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here. Railway sleepers, nothing unusual. There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
Ok. Tâche de terre. Ok. Cent pour cent.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
See you later, my good man.
Non, là, il n'y a rien à fouiller. Déjà, il a de la terre, donc à voir. Qu'est-ce qu'il a fait?
This map will be useful.
Oula, il y a plein de monde à rencontrer là. 2, 3, 6, 7. Il y en a 7 à voir. Sur ce cas-là. Il n'y avait pas un truc.
The entire train has disappeared.
This part is probably from a locomotive.
Pièce détachée. On va vraiment tout fouiller. Ah.
An old locomotive bell. This part is probably from a locomotive. This place serves as a storage area for the station.
On dirait que c'est bon.
The whole train just disappeared. It's unbelievable.
Ah, il y a des gens là. Est-ce que je peux aller leur parler? Oh, pousse-toi, Watson. Ah, je peux pas, d'accord. Mais non! Peut-être faire le tour. Non, c'est pas grave. Y a pas les horaires de train, quelque chose? David Copperfield, va savoir. Ou c'était pas un train, c'était une simulation, ils ont fait un bruit et tout, et avec la brume, on le voyait pas. Ça me fait penser à quelque chose, ça, justement, cette histoire. Je vais voir s'il n'y a pas quelque chose à voir. Bon, on dirait qu'il faut repartir. Non. Je pense à tous les coups, j'ai encore raté quelque chose. T'es sûr que je peux pas leur parler, non? Je regardais à l'accueil, je pense que j'ai dû zapper quelque chose. Watson, ce serait bien que tu te bouges un peu là, t'es en plein milieu.
This part is probably...
Ouais. Bon, on le verra peut-être tout à l'heure. Si on trouve un cadavre, il y aura bien des policiers.
This part is probably from a locomotive.
Ouais, peut-être lui reparler, je sais pas.
The entire train has disappeared. It's a disaster.
J'ai pas déjà bugué dès le début, quoi. J'ai volé.
Railway sleepers, nothing unusual. There are no tracks or footprints on the ground. The rail...
Il va nous écraser. Eh ben non.
The whole train just disappeared. It's unbelievable.
Oh, mais casse-toi! Ah. Ça, j'y suis pas allée. Monsieur Robinson.
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
Ok. On va vraiment tout fouiller avant d'aller le voir, lui. On sait jamais.
A telegraph.
Bon, on dirait que c'est bon. Je vais juste faire un truc.
Here is the train set.
Ah, j'ai bien fait. Ok. Parce que j'allais encore rater quelque chose là. Ah, c'est bon là. Désolée, je fouille vraiment tout pour être sûr. Hein. Ouais, ça doit être bon cette fois-ci. Allez, te mets pas au milieu, toi. Ah mais oui, je vais aller lui parler l'autre. Peut-être d'abord. Ouais.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. What kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting. You mentioned a problem at Bridlington station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
See you later, my good
Voilà.
man.
Il fallait lui parler pour après aller à la zone. C'est parti. J'ai cru que c'est le même endroit, non, c'est bon. Alors,
Railway post bags.
ok. L'autre qui fait le tour, il est con. Passager en colère, j'ai
This is
fait.
an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Habit de travail, voilà. Deuxième classe.
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared, but I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Les Spenglais.
Goodbye, sir.
Ah, attends, c'est qui ça? Ah, c'est Robinson.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
Et déjà, il est pas commode, ça me plaît pas. Bon, ça veut pas dire que ce soit lui l'assassin. Enfin, là pour l'instant, il n'y a pas de meurtre, mais. Du moins, celui qui a récupéré le train. Merci Dame pour le host.
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train.
J'espère que ça va.
It would help if you could answer my questions.
Et bienvenue aux 62 viewers.
All right. I have nothing to hide.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention, but I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazes Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazes Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in, and yet I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damn train.
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you traveling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there.
Ils ont raconté des bobards pour les faire
Perhaps he might
descendre,
have been
quoi.
delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazes Chilean Company.
Ouais, c'est bizarre tout ça. On va aller lui parler. Je crois qu'il est derrière le gars. Ouais, il est là.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions. Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with two furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand.
Tache d'encre.
Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did. And I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I have worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
Ok, là il nous manque trois personnes dans cette enquête. Déjà à voir. Ça c'est le futur cas. Alors. Je vais mettre ça pour l'instant.
A telegraph.
Don't touch anything, please.
C'est quoi ça?
The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
C'est pas dit que ce soit... Ça soit peut-être lui, hein. Pour avoir un... Il a caché pour avoir la somme de l'assurance. Salut Odaisu. Comment on va?
According to this document, you have insurance for your prototype.
Oh, thank God. Where did you find it?
Near the telegraph station.
I must have lost it when I tried to send a message, which I was prevented from doing.
I apologise for that, but regulations state that public access to the telegraph is strictly prohibited.
Upon my word, you keep on digging that hole of yours. You have no idea who I am.
I see that you kept your grip sack with you. Why don't you leave it in the luggage room?
I've had other things to think about. I lost my prototype, and this idiot station master just stands here doing nothing to help.
Oh, but...
Well, that won't do at all. Station Master, I believe that the regulations state that any passenger luggage should be taken to the luggage room.
I'll do it right away, sir. Sorry, sir.
This Robinson is quite a character. We should learn more about him.
Non. J'espère que c'est pas trop grave, Daisho.
It's a scandal. An absolute outrage.
Bon là je pense que c'est bon. On va aller voir un peu à côté.
This grip sack belongs to Mr. Robinson.
I think we should open it, Holmes. This is what they call force majeure. I'll keep
Force
watch.
majeure. Ah ouais, comme il a dit.
Of course.
Voilà, c'est parti. Pas trop ce qu'il faut faire là. Je suppose qu'il faut aligner un petit peu. Ah bah j'ai réussi.
Look, Watson, a bundle of contracts. Very suspicious. We should study them carefully. Mr. Robinson is the seller.
Contrat de vente
An
exclusif.
exclusive sales contract.
Déclare connaissance d'accord en état ne serait tenu responsable pour tout problème éventuel lié au prototype sur une page. À hauteur de 10% du prix du prototype lors de la signature du contrat. Attends, je regarde les signatures, juste comme ça. C'est peut-être pas le même. C'est pas le même gars.
Yet another exclusive sales contract.
Bah pas de soucis, envoie le lien par MP parce que je pense que tu vas être. Ça va être supprimé sinon. Y a pas de soucis, je regarderai plus tard. Attends.
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
Y a pas de souci.
Yet another exclusive sales contract.
Je vais voir, attends, c'est les mêmes pages là?
Mr. Robinson is the seller. Yet another exclusive sales contract. Mr. Robinson is the seller. Well, it is very clear that this Mr. Robinson received prepayments from various people for his machine.
D'un côté, ouais, c'est pas... Je vais mettre ça pour l'instant. Mais bon. Je me dis après, c'est trop simple de l'accuser d'office, lui. Ah. Désolé, Odaisu. Tu me l'as pas mis en privé, là. Ouais, vaut mieux. Ouais. Ça a pas marché.
I will not move from here until I receive my refund.
Don't touch anything, please.
Bon, j'ai l'impression que pour l'instant, il n'y a rien à faire. Pas de soucis, je regarderai ça après le live. Désolé pour Wizbot. Mais bon, là ça va, j'ai désactivé le timeout quand il y a des liens. Bon, on va aller à Chesterfield.
How could he fall asleep at work like this? Excuse me, sir. Wake up. Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains the how.
By his sleeping off the alcohol, you mean? Wake up, please, sir.
Huh? What? The 18-hour 72 train has arrived?
Good day to you. We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions. Were there any passengers who got off that particular train at your station last night?
No, nobody, it seems to me. Although I did not leave my office, so...
No doubt you were very busy.
You don't say. You can't ever get any peace around here. Now you have to send a telegram each time a train arrives and departs.
Station Master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a strange telegram that he received from you last night. It concerned the train, but it was barely comprehensible.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
You were not tired, you were inebriated. Tell me the truth now, or I shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being sacked from your position.
All right. So I was drunk. I don't remember all of yesterday, to be truthful to you. Please don't go harsh on me.
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount of alcohol. He's not entirely helpless yet, but...
It will not be long before he is. Obviously, his testimony cannot be trusted.
Pour l'instant, je vais laisser comme ça. Vérifier. J'ai dit... J'allais dire c'est qui ça, mais en fait c'est Redson.
A handcar wheelbase. Interesting. It appears that elements of the same construction were scattered everywhere. Watson, please tell me, do you believe in magic?
Of course not, Holmes.
Then you are of the opinion that a train cannot simply disappear?
Well, we both know that that is obvious. Why are you asking such peculiar questions?
A little patience, Watson. You will understand my point quite soon. So, are you quite certain that you saw the train at Evesham Station?
Yes, of course. We saw it coming. The headlights, and heard the whistle.
But that is it. We didn't see the train itself.
But... Oh, Holmes, I'm a little confused.
Pour ça, j'ai quand même un doute sur le gars,
I should use
pas le
the
propriétaire
appropriate
du
object here.
train. Voilà. On me dit pas qu'il va falloir que je fasse un train.
I should use the appropriate I should use the appropriate object here. I should use the appropriate object.
Je peux pas mettre les roues là? Ouais, c'est ça. Je pense que c'est comme je disais au début, le train on l'a pas vu. Oui, ça j'ai compris.
I should use the appropriate I should use the appropriate object.
Je peux prendre que l'engrenage et les roues. Et je peux les mettre nulle part.
I should use the appropriate
Ah. Voilà. D'accord.
I should use the appropriate
Je cliquais pas sur le bon truc en fait. Non. Est-ce que je pourrais mettre ce machin là? Attends, le frein il est là. Voilà. Ah, les planches. L'engrenage. On dirait qu'il n'y a plus que l'engrenage à mettre. J'essaie de trouver où c'est. Ah. Ouais, c'est ça. Maman, c'est bon.
So, now here we have the fake train.
Oula, il est
that we
bien
saw
bleu là d'un coup.
approaching Evesham station last night.
Doesn't look much like a train to me.
Be patient, Watson. I
Sur
haven't
votre
finished
écran,
yet.
ça doit être mieux, mais
Try
sur
using
moi,
your
il est super
imagination.
bleu.
Our train requires only a headlight and a steam whistle. We need to attach a headlight and a steam whistle.
Ah, mais casse-toi. Peut-être aller le chercher d'abord. Ah non.
We need to attach. We need to attach a headlight.
Ah, il me manque 2 personnes là. On va peut-être partir là, à l'endroit où on avait trouvé des objets, tiens. Oui, c'est ça, ma sœur. C'est pour ça que j'y retourne à la première gare.
This part is probably from a locomotive.
Voilà.
This part. An old locomotive.
Non, c'est vrai que ça veut pas. Ouais, c'est ça, ma sœur. Ouais, j'ai l'impression que ici, non. Je vais peut-être aller lui parler à l'autre.
The entire train has disappeared. It's a disaster.
On va aller voir là-bas.
A discard.
Non, il n'y a rien. Soit je vais tout fouiller, tous les endroits. Ça se trouve c'était juste à côté du truc qu'on a construit, mais bon, c'est pas grave, on va quand même fouiller.
A telegraph.
Ah.
Railway post bags.
Ah, je connaissais. Non, là, il n'y a rien. Donc là, c'est là d'où je viens. Juste relire ça. Que d'un phare et d'un sifflet. Est-ce qu'on peut aller dans cette maison, tiens? Oh non! Il y a quelqu'un là-bas. Attends, Lyon, est-ce qu'on peut lui parler? Ces gens qui m'ignorent là.
I will not move from here and...
Don't touch anything, please.
Bien joué, Soumi, ouais, c'est ça. Dans tous les jeux, ils m'ignorent, les gens. C'est c'est cruel. Est-ce qu'il y a de quoi... Ah, peut-être. Oh non. Non, ça, j'ai cru que j'étais coincée. Bah, lui aussi, t'as le chapeau qu'il a. On aurait été le chapelier fou, presque. Non, mais j'ai peut-être... J'ai peut-être pas vu...
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Il y a peut-être un truc à regarder. Bon, on va faire demi-tour.
This suitcase contains my archives. We can consult with it if needed. It is for... This...
Ah, j'avais pas vu qu'il y avait ça, d'accord.
locked. There is no sense in asking the station master to open it.
Ah, d'accord. Décidément, j'ai l'impression qu'on va faire que ça, crocheter des... J'espère que c'est ce genre d'énigme, quoi. Ok, là je vois mieux. Non, ça va, j'ai eu ma dose de mélange de couleurs. Ah, ça.
Bags were recently dragged here. French wine, a remarkable vintage.
Cache-dieu.
These bottles are too expensive for a station master's wage. They were likely taken from the parcels.
Ah, ça doit être un des gars qui lui a donné du vin pour qu'il soit bourré, quoi.
Railway post bags. These tools were used quite recently. They are still muddy. We should ask about them.
Il y avait un des mecs, le tout premier, je crois, qui avait les mains sales. Déjà, il y a un problème.
On
dirait que c'est bon. Mais pourquoi il se tourne ce con? Oula le bug.
A fishing advertisement.
This bin is full of empty bottles. I had thought that all station masters knew the Morse code.
Oh non, on va pas faire le truc de Morse là. Oh non, ça va. Ouf. Je crois qu'on allait faire la comparaison avec ce qu'il avait écrit. Chanter l'énigme trop compliquée. Et je connaissais. Je dirais que c'est bon.
You have quite a number of dirty tools lying around here.
Ah, yes. Well, thank you for reminding me. I should clean them. Although, it might be easier to put them outside. Seems it might start raining soon.
I meant, what were they used for?
Je sens ma ça
Workers
aussi.
come here and borrowed them from me. They wanted to lift the edge of the railway to one of the stations on the line, so that the water wouldn't come in too close.
Who were these workers?
Well, they didn't seem to be from the company, but they was fine lads. They invited me to share a drink. And whatever it was, it had a kick to it. They wasn't English. No, I don't believe so. But see, they knew just what a man needed to brighten up his dull evening. Ah.
Oh merde. Non, c'est pas ça que je voulais faire.
A telegraph.
Comme ça. Pour l'instant, je suis sauvée pour le morse. Oula! Et oui, il est monté sur le seau là. Non, c'est ça. Ah, bah c'était là, d'accord. Ok. On est en mode MacGyver maintenant. On dirait que c'est bon.
The long pole is now attached. It will allow us to connect the headlight. The headlight is attached. The steam whistle is now connected.
Holmes, what can we do to make the steam whistle work?
It is elementary, my dear Watson. We shall need a fire extinguisher. The fire extinguisher. Now let us see what we have here. The steam whistle is ready to be used. Watson, I do believe that we have created an exact replica of the train that vanished in front of us last night. The criminal mind can be most inventive. I am somewhat in awe.
So such a thing is possible. If someone went to all the trouble of creating this fake train, then it was surely with the intention of stealing the real one.
Ah, Watson, you should not jump to conclusions. In fact, this does not tell us very much at all, except that the train did not evaporate into thin air.
Although you half suspected him.
Ah, at any rate, we now need to find where the real train might be hidden. I suggest we use my archives to find a more detailed map of our surroundings.
Well, I hope that justifies our having to load your massive archive suitcase onto the cab. It made us extremely unpopular with our driver.
Ok. Bon, cette fois-ci, on doit aller... Donc, voir... espèce de mallette là qu'il a rapporté.
Now we have two maps. We must combine them properly.
Alors... On peut la faire pivoter ou pas? Je pense que j'ai trouvé. Non, c'est pas ça. Ah non, c'est là.
Here it is. There is a side
Voilà.
branch to the railway. Its first switch is located between Bridlington and Chesterfield stations. There is one more station to be visited. It is located between Chesterfield and Evesham, and there should be a side railway to the nearby quarry. There is a small section of a railway at the end of Evesham station.
Parfait. Ce genre d'énigme, ça me plaît. Au moins, c'est simple. Ouais, mais ça. Peut-être aller d'abord là. Écoute, on verra bien. Ok, c'est pas par là.
Mines. This is interesting. The switch is rusted, but it still works.
Ah, il est caché dans les mines.
It would be quite possible for someone to redirect the train towards the mines.
Oula, j'ai plein de trucs là.
Here are the mines, Holmes. They appear to be abandoned.
Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here.
Qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire?
Nothing interesting here.
Ah, mais oui, je suis con, d'accord, faut que je reste appuyé.
Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting
Ah,
here.
mais tais-toi.
Nothing interesting here.
Bon, qu'est-ce qu'il faut que je mesure là?
Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here.
Tu vas prendre fou.
Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing in... No.
Ah, c'est ce que j'ai fait, ça. Hein.
The distance between
Ah, mais c'est ce que j'ai fait. Il se fout de ma gueule.
A lightly loaded vehicle came this way.
C'est ce que j'ai fait tout à l'heure.
There is a wooden beam lying on the rails. A small vehicle with wooden beams went down this way.
This is an administrative panel. See what it says.
Watson, you are a gentleman, and gentlemen tend to carry handkerchiefs. Might I borrow yours?
And where is your own?
I haven't the faintest idea.
Very well. Here it is.
WEA, coal. These mines belong to them.
D'accord, c'était un endroit abandonné par la compagnie.
This mine has completely collapsed, Holmes.
It is curious, but to be truthful, I am...
It's difficult to follow you, Holmes.
Someone removed these screws, most probably to take down the rails. A few feet of the rails have been dismantled. This is an unusual kind of paper, stiff and dry. It was used for a specific purpose. Let us look inside. Sawdust. I am almost certain it is a... Watson, could you assist, please? Do you have your pistol? Good. Fire at this package.
Pourquoi il veut que je tire dessus?
Dynamite.
Ah, d'accord.
This is the cabin for the mine's security personnel. This box must be the safe. Let's open it.
Allez, encore ça. C'est croche ta lande à ce niveau. Mais bon.
The Mexican company Caracal and the Chilean Barcazas both want to buy the mines. I need more information. Perhaps Mycroft could help.
On dirait que c'était tout à voir ici. Je vais quand même bien fouiller. Ouais, ok, c'était quelque chose. Bon, on va aller à la station. Utiliser le télégraphe pour enquêter sur la société. Merde. Non. Casse-toi.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Faire avancer, sinon il reste en plein milieu. Bah, j'ai préparé le papier et le stylo, donc on verra bien. Pourquoi il se barre, lui?
A funny character. He looks anxious.
And he is not an Englishman.
Ça va être un des Chiliens, là.
This scent is familiar to me, but in order to recognize it, I must combine my associations into one picture.
C'est un chapeau mexicain, ça? Je sais pas. Du coup, chilien, parce que normalement, je crois que c'est des Chiliens. C'est pas beau? Attends, c'est bon, non? Sombrero. Bah ouais, on dirait ça, donc je vois. Je vais essayer toutes les positions, on va voir. Ah oui, d'accord. J'avais oublié ce détail. Alors ça veut dire que là, c'est bon. Là, ça devrait être bon. Non? Bah si, quand même.
A greenish brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. Ricardo.
You already know the name of this man? Holmes, you amaze me.
No, Watson, I refer to the cigar. It is a Ricardo Turrent, a Mexican cigar of an excellent quality. Quite an expensive one, too. This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs. Apparently, there was a conflict between the Mexicans and the
Ah d'accord, c'est
Chileans.
mexicain et chilien, ouais, j'avais oublié.
This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs. A greenish-brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. These ashes and cigar stubs are similar to the one that we found on the floor. Some of the stubs were recently smoked. There are others that appear fairly old.
That means that the fellow spent several days here. Judging by his clothes, he's hardly a traveller or a tramp.
Well concluded, my dear fellow. A man who smoked the Ricardo brand of Mexican cigar spent several long days at Doncaster Station.
Ok.
Newspaper articles on horse racing. Hurdle, steeplechase and flat racing. He is a true enthusiast, Holmes.
Betting slips for horse racing. The sums are quite impressive.
It can be an expensive vice. This man had probably used all his savings.
C'est de plus en plus bizarre cette affaire. Oh non, un télégraphe.
I asked Mycroft to find out some information on the
Non, ça va.
WEA Coal Company. Here is his reply, and it is an interesting one.
Là, c'était rapide, c'est plus rapide qu'Amel. Ah. Consortium mexicain, Caracal avait obtenu une promesse de vente et préparé tous les papiers. Néanmoins, le groupe chilien Barcazas est parvenu, grâce à ses relations, à rafler les mines sous le nez de son concurrent.
A telegraph.
Ok.
Holmes, look. There's a flooded area over here.
I believe that the flooded area might be worth checking.
Il y a peut-être le train en dessous.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. John Watson. We are investigating the case of the vanished train.
Is that so? Well, good day, gentlemen. I am Mr. Duff, the station master of this station. I'll be happy to help you in any way I can, but there's not much that I can tell you about last night.
Qu'est-ce qu'il a? Il a l'air bizarre quand même. Ouais.
It appears that you may be at risk of some flooding along the line here.
You mean that the whole bloody lake is at our feet?
Quite so. But it is strange, because according to my map, there should be a quarry here, and behind that, the lake.
How should I know? I only arrived here a few months ago.
Moi, c'est un fou gars.
And where did you work before that?
I was working in Nottingham.
Je sais pas, je dis
But I
ça.
asked for a quieter place, so they transferred me here. Life is cheaper. I can't really complain.
Did any passengers leave or board the train last night?
No. I saw no one as usual. I reported the train's passage by telegraph. Just the same as all the other nights.
I observe that you are a gambling man, Mr. Duff. You had hoped that your relocation to this small town might have helped ease your addiction, but it was not to be.
I beg your pardon? Addiction to what?
We found a number of horse racing tickets inside your office. Well, well, we all have our weaknesses. An expensive obsession, surely, for a station master.
It is none of your business. Occasionally attend the races with my colleagues. And anyway, that's my private life.
There was a gentleman of Mexican origin, I believe, in the waiting room. Did you notice him?
What? A Mexican? Here in the back of beyond? Are you quite sure about that?
Goodbye, sir. It is obvious that we cannot inspect the quarry. Instead, we can check the beach area around the flooded lake. Watson, it seems that both South American companies were involved in the purchase of the mine.
The man at Doncaster who fled our approach, he smokes Mexican cigars. Perhaps...
Yes, Watson. We should certainly speak with him.
Un peu le tour. Je pense que là non, ça va. Voilà.
Watson, would you like some tea?
No.
Non, ok.
Please, sir, we would ask you not to leave. We have some questions.
Are you the police?
No, we are employed by the railway company. We are collecting witness statements about the train that disappeared last night.
Lo siento, I'm in a hurry.
Really? It seemed that you were waiting here for someone. Could you tell us if you were at the station last night?
No, I just arrived from South America.
A formidable journey, no doubt. Which country are you from?
De Chile.
Chile? But you are Mexican.
Ouais, c'est ce qui me semblait.
No, you are wrong. Why would you think I'm Mexican?
Because of your cigars.
Sí, cigarrillos. So what?
Those cigars are the Ricardo brand, from Mexico. It is quite impossible to find them anywhere but there.
Pero not your business.
I don't suppose that you are on vacation. What business brought you here?
I was to meet my fellow compañeros. Where did you arrive yesterday? They were on that damn train. I will stay here and hope that the authorities find them, or their bodies. It's now my responsibility to repatriate them.
Who authorized you to do that?
The company I work for.
Could you tell me the name of the company?
It's not your concern.
And what is your name?
Enough questions. Buenas tardes.
Not a very friendly man, and he is lying. He said that he just arrived, but we know that he has been here for several days.
Ok. C'est ça. Hein. Il y a une certaine tension entre les deux. Alors, qu'est-ce que je pourrais faire du coup? Parce que j'ai eu plein d'informations, ça va être compliqué là cette affaire. Ah, va falloir retrouver sa montre, je suppose. Et peut-être qu'il a perdu dans les mines, si... Enfin, je sais pas. À mon avis, c'est bon. Je pense que j'ai dû tout fouiller à peu près. Ah, juste pour voir.
This suitcase
Oh,
contains
il y a
my
rien à faire.
archive.
Ah oui, la plage. Mais dis donc, là, il y a beaucoup d'endroits à regarder dans cette affaire. Il me semblait pas qu'il y en avait autant sur la première.
Here we are at the beach that is located near the quarry and Doncaster station. These traces were made by a carriage. Look.
On doit être dans l'eau. Bon, cette fois-ci, je fais ça.
The distance between
Voilà.
the tracks is about 6 feet 7 inches. The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep. The vehicle pressed this stone into the ground. It would have been quite heavy. These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials.
C'est le fameux truc qu'ils ont construit peut-être.
An advertisement for lake cruises.
Un bateau? Non, je pense pas.
An abandoned gypsy caravan. This place was abandoned fairly recently. Observing the coastline and the moored boats, we are able to see that the lake's water level dropped. The lake has flooded the quarry. The dam was probably breached. A label with the name Las Zarpas.
Ouais, c'est très suspect cet endroit. Bon, vu que j'ai eu le truc explorer la plage, c'est que j'ai dû tout fouiller. Consulter les archives. Ah oui. On va y aller tout de suite.
My search should be focused upon the name Las Zarpas. My search should be focused upon the name Las Zarpas.
Avec les montres. L'aventure de Sherlock Holmes. Je crois que j'ai loupé.
My search should be focused upon the name Las Zarpas. My search should be focused upon the name Las Zarpas.
Je sais pas ce que ça veut dire, Zarpas.
My search should be focused upon the name. My search should be focused upon the name Las Zarpas. My search.
Je vais tout faire au pif jusqu'à trouver le bon truc.
My.
Ah, voilà. Des péniches, Las Zarpas. Appartient au consortium mexicain. Caracal.
Here it is.
Perfecto.
This suitcase contains my archives. We can consult with it if needed. It is fortunate that we took it with us.
Entre la guerre, c'est que j'ai pas fini, donc il doit me manquer des trucs. Examiner l'embarquement secondaire d'Evesham. Ah, passer la gare Doncaster au peigne fin. C'est qu'il me manque des trucs sur ces deux endroits. L'embranchement secondaire. Mais non. Poser la question.
The entire train has disappeared. It's a disaster.
Ok, donc c'est pas par là.
Holmes, I don't understand.
Railway sleepers. Nothing unusual.
On va suivre, peut-être qu'il y a un truc. Ah ben voilà.
There was a building here not so long ago.
But I don't understand, Holmes. Why would anyone destroy the shed in such a manner?
It was disassembled in great haste. It is most odd.
Il y a trop d'informations là, je suis perdue. Ah, je vais essayer.
Traces. Let's take a closer look. The distance between the tracks is
200
about
centimètres comme
6
l'autre.
feet 7 inches. The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep. These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials. The traces found at the disassembled shed near Evesham and at the lake were from the same vehicle. This road should lead to the town of Evesham. This
But I don't understand, Holmes. Why would anyone destroy the shed in such a manner? But I don't...
J'ai l'impression que c'est tout. Je fouille bien. Peut-être poser cette fois-ci la question. Ça se trouve, tous les gars de la gare, ils sont tous suspects en fait. Ils sont tous complices en fait. Je sais pas. Non, bizarre cette affaire.
It appears that there was a small warehouse near your station and that it was disassembled. Why is that?
It was burgled overnight about 2 weeks ago. The police have already started their investigation, but I doubt that they'll find anything.
What was inside the warehouse?
Nothing of value. A few 100 feet of standby rails and some spare railway parts. But it wouldn't be easy to steal all of that. Why would anyone want to?
See you later, my good man.
Ah ouais. Ouais, peut-être, je sais pas, bah ça... Il y a trop d'informations là, je suis perdue. Je vais revisiter ça.
This railway branch should lead to the quarry. Let us... The switch is rusted, but it still works. The rail is rusted and looks old, but the railway is still usable. The railway ends here. That is strange.
Ah. Déjà, il n'y a rien qui correspond. Il y a des deux trucs qui correspondent pas. Donc là, c'est bon. Ouais. Comment ça va pas? What? Oula! C'est compliqué là. Je vais laisser comme ça pour l'instant. Mais j'y crois qu'à moitié. À mon avis, c'est pas ici qu'il a été englouti. Je sais pas, c'est vraiment... Passer à la gare de peigne fin. Et j'y suis, ok.
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid. Ouais. Je pense que je vais changer les réponses là. C'est pour ça que je peux pas lui parler. Ouais, je vais essayer d'inverser les réponses. Oula, qu'est-ce que c'est ça? D'accord, c'est lui. Ouais, du coup... You'll find...
Non, je sais pas. Moi, je pense que c'est mieux de faire comme ça. Ah, voilà. Je vais le laisser comme ça.
You'll find...
Non. Passer la gare de Doncaster au peigne fin, ouais. C'est ce que j'essaie de faire, mais... Donc déjà là j'ai tous les suspects. Donc c'est forcément un d'entre eux. Lui, je crois qu'il faut que je retrouve sa montre. Il faudrait peut-être que... Ouais. Un endroit suspect. Il aurait peut-être perdu. Aux mines. Enfin, dans les mines ou autre. Je sais pas. Il n'y a pas le Mexicain là? Je pense sérieusement que... Il doit me manquer quelque chose. Je peux pas y aller là? C'est plusieurs fois que j'essaye mais... Ben, je peux tenter plusieurs trucs. Hein. Je pensais peut-être pour ça que... Mais apparemment, j'ai pas tout trouvé ici. Ah, voilà. Ah, ça va pas. Je vais laisser comme ça quand même. Je vais quand même refaire un tour, parler un peu à tout le monde peut-être.
You'll find nothing interesting
Ouais,
here,
tu veux
I'm
toujours pas me
afraid.
parler toi? Ah, ça je sais pas si je l'ai visité.
Railway
Ah bah non.
post bags.
Ah.
This post bag belongs to the station master.
Je suis de me faire confiance, j'aurai bientôt largement assez pour rembourser notre hypothèque. Je te demande juste quelques jours, tu peux continuer à occuper la maison sans moi, puisque c'est ce que tu souhaites. Sache que... Ouais, lui, il est pas clair. Hein.
The station master appears to have found himself in some financial trouble.
Hmm. Je sais pas, est-ce qu'on fait... Est-ce qu'on dit que c'est les Mexicains les méchants? Moi, je suis tentée de faire ça.
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
Ouais. Je sais pas ce que tu en penses, Massa. Et ceux qui sont dans le chat. Ouais, mais peut-être que il n'y a pas tout, justement. Peut-être que ça va... Comment dire? Je sais pas. Bah, aucune idée, justement. Ouais, voilà. Là, j'utilise tout, normalement. Enfin, sauf là. En fait, là, on utilise tout, sauf Robinson. Bon, on va le tenter, tant pis, et puis... Ah, carrément, ouais, il a tué les Chiliens. Ouais, c'est où? Ouais. En fait, ça change juste l'endroit. Allez, bon. Hmm. Je vais choisir la justice. Putain, non. Non, je vais plutôt préférer la diplomatie, non? Je sais plus. Je sais pas ce que ça va changer en fait. Non. Je sais pas. Choisis quoi? X ou carré? Qu'est-ce que je fais? Pas de clémence, ça marche. Bon ben, choisir la justice aveugle.
Then the case is solved, Holmes. What do you intend to do?
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. There were accomplices.
Ah, but I know that look. You have your own ideas. What are they, Holmes?
On the one hand, we have Mycroft and his tedious political games. He will locate the guilty parties without any trouble. But it will be a long and drawn-out process, and possibly with some compromise that will be to Mycroft's benefit. Our other option is the local constabulary, and advice from our friend Lestrade. The problem we have there is that the authorities seem to be incapable of acting quietly. They rely on brute force. It could result in an international scandal. All the same, I think that I prefer the forces methods. It would be better to resolve the case quickly and efficiently, without any talk of politics.
Let us go home, then. I'd like to begin writing a draft of this story.
I did not say that we had finished here yet.
Well, all right. What did I miss?
Watson, we know that the Barkazas Company directors were drowned in the flooded quarry, along with the train and Robinson's prototype. But we still need to corner the guilty party.
But how do you intend to prove... Oh, no. Please don't tell me we have to dive into the lake.
Huh. You may rest assured that I have a far better idea. We have only to use our corrupt Doncaster station master as bait. He will unwittingly trap our Mexican friend.
Of course, you already had a plan. I shall follow you, Holmes.
Well, the case is solved, and we shall be heading home. May we have 2 tickets to London, please?
Right away. Wait a minute. You've solved the case?
In a manner of speaking, can you believe that the rescue service miraculously saved one of the Chileans who were on board the train? The police have ordered his immediate escort to London on the next train.
He pulled through, then? He's alive?
Yes, by extreme good fortune. His condition is quite serious, and the method of transportation has its risk, but he will be held securely by the doctor and police officers. The gentleman carries some vital information on this case. I am sure of it.
Ah, really?
Your station will be famous, Mr. Duff. The journalists will be here before you know it. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Il est pas à l'aise, le gars.
Gentlemen, you are under arrest.
Got
Caramba! You traitor! You double-crossed me!
Mais what? J'ai plus le temps de tirer. Ok. Et il m'a pas laissé le temps de tirer, ce con.
Good shot, Watson. I always knew you were a talented marksman.
I didn't want another life lost in this case, Holmes.
Oh my god! I thought I was a dead man.
You shouldn't be so glad about it. You'll be up before the judge.
Your testimony will be of great importance to the investigation. I would remind you that your cooperation will be the best way to ease your sentence. By the way, Watson, would you be so kind as to give me some shooting lessons later on?
Yes, but not in our sitting room, and not with you wearing a blindfold.
Alors, est-ce que c'était bon? Mais parfait! Et sans faute! Bon, sauf la mort, mais bon, ça on n'a rien vu. Hein. On a tout bon. Mais le choix moral, je sais pas si c'était c'est ce qu'il fallait. Apparemment oui, enfin je sais pas, c'est en blanc, donc j'en sais rien. Je sais plus si ça changeait quelque chose. Bon, ben c'était cool, c'était pas mal. Pour une fois, là, j'ai vraiment tout fait, on s'est pas perdu. Non, c'était sympa comme affaire. Au début, je comprenais plus rien de ce qui se passait, mais c'était sympa. Je sais pas ce que vous en avez pensé. Enfin, surtout toi, Massa, c'est que toi qui écris sur le chat. Mais c'était cool. Et finalement, on l'a fini en une soirée. Ça, c'est bien. Ah, semi. Merci. Tu as tout suivi. Ah. Merci. Au moins 2 qui suivent. Qui suivent, pardon. Moi, j'aime bien l'ambiance. Puis après, on sait pas. Au début, on pense que c'est l'américain et tout. Il n'y a pas eu de morse. Non, tant mieux. On pense que c'est l'américain. Après, tu sais pas si c'est le premier type, là, qui a les mains sales. Si c'est pas lui. Enfin, bref, c'était sympa, mais ça va. Je me suis pas trompée. Tu as bien fait de me dire de changer parce que c'était pas tout à fait ça. Je sais pas si ça aurait changé quelque chose. Enfin, je sais pas. Peut-être qu'ils nous auraient pas cru. Ah, c'était sympa. Bon bah du coup je vais couper là pour la VOD YouTube, donc merci d'avoir suivi, donc ouais, ça n'a pas duré très longtemps, il n'y aura pas de coupure, étonnamment comparé au premier. Et à bientôt pour la troisième affaire, ciao ciao. Pareil l'enregistrement, attends, je vais juste voir. Non c'est bon. Non, c'était bon. Bon ben, au revoir YouTube.